How you guys doing? So, this is the season finale of Love and Listens. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. It's the season finale. So, we're just wrapping things up. This episode really wasn't that eventful. So we see Taylor. Listen, I am so happy for Taylor, and I'm so proud of Taylor. And I've been really hard on Taylor. I really have. Last season and this season. But I can honestly see that she definitely is growing. And the one thing that Taylor has always been about is about her grind. I just think that she had this thing that she felt like she always had to fight. I don't think she could acknowledge or understand or accept genuine concern, care, criticism, right? But I definitely see. I don't know. Like I think I said in my last review, I don't know how long they filmed, but I can definitely see some maturity and some growth. And also, she's in love, and I think that changes things too. When I don't know what has been going on. She said her and this guy have been off and on, but she clearly cares about him, and she is definitely happy that they're back on and that they're in a good place. And so we saw that he came into town. They planned a getaway, and they had matching onesies and they were feeding each other strawberries. But she was also studying for her broker's exam. And you know what I like about him? He was like, well, can I help you study? Like, he didn't say, because he came out there, he was like, what you out here doing instead of, out here while you ignoring me? And she was like, I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to study. And I feel like maybe he was asleep or doing something, and she kind of went out on the balcony to kind of get a few minutes. I felt like that's what it was. It was like some stolen moment kind of thing. But what I like about him is that he was like, well, can I help? And he picked up the index cards and was like, let's go. Let me drill. And he said, listen, I understand that this is like a boss move, but what is the significance or the importance of getting your broker's license? And I felt like he really gave a damn about her answer. You know how sometimes people ask you something and they asking just because they feel like they should, but they really don't give a damn about your answer and they really not all that concerned about what you're saying. But I didn't get that from him. Like, I really didn't get that from him. And so it was really, really cool to see that. And it was good to see a softer side of Taylor. My friend Pat was like, she liked the In Love Taylor. And I agree. I like the In Love Taylor, right? So then we see Zach talking to his brother. Listen, now to talk about somebody who seemed uninterested, listen, his brother seemed like he could care less about Zach's love triangle with Sam and Lene and whatever. His brother seemed more concerned about the fact that Zach was out of shape. He was like, yeah, bro, you've been doing a whole lot of weightlifting. You ain't doing no cardio. Like, what you doing? Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Zach, listen, it's clear that you care a lot about Sam and you want to try to make things work with Sam. But your feelings are hurt. Your pride is hurt. Your ego's hurt. And you're probably a little embarrassed. So I basically feel like they're going to end up playing this back and forth game, child. Whatever. Anyway. Ajane is on her grind as well. Samantha has really been helping her. And honestly, again, Samantha was like, listen, if you sell some of these units, like, I'll cut you in on the check. And basically that check is going to end up being like a $50,000 check for Ajane. So Ajane has been on her grind. She said she done called, text, email, send smoke signals to everybody that she knows that could possibly want to buy this property, that she is really trying to, get this money, And she said her phone is blowing up. She's got a couple of potential people. We saw her showing the unit, and she clearly was the person that she was talking to was like, yes, I'm definitely interested. I want to live in one of the units, rent out the other 3. So I'm listen. Go ahead, Ajane, work it out, baby. And of course, she's talking that dumb shit again. I mean, because if this doesn't work out, I might have to make a different decision. Like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do, girl. If you don't stop and stick with your grind, if that's what you want to do and that's what you're trying to do, you better stick with that grind. I know it's not easy, and I know you got bills to pay, but girl, if that means you got to go back to Hooters for a couple of hours a week to make ends meet until you start running them checks, you run them checks. You do what you got to do. Then we see Jacob and his girlfriend. Basically, it was I'm glad I stuck with you. I love my family. I want to stay with my family. I want this to work. I love you. I love her. I love waking up to y'all. Blah, 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 blah. I told you I'm over Jacob's ass. I just am. I'm just over it. Then we see Ajane Ajane and Taylor on their way for Taylor to take the broker's exam. It just goes to show that their friendship is back on track. That Taylor was like, I really want you to come with me. And she already planned a celebration. She was like, well, if I pass, it'll be a celebration. If I don't pass, it'll be something to keep me distracted because I'll be disappointed. So either way, it's all good. And so, it looks like it's one of those exams. Well, not looks like it is. It's one of those exams where you get the results immediately. So Ajane is waiting for her, while she goes inside to take her exam. And Taylor passes. Like, she comes out and she passed the exam. And, of course, they're happy. They're screaming. They're about to get put out this office building. And she was like, girl, drinks on me. So they're going to have this whole little shindig later on that night so Taylor can make the grand announcement to everybody. And I'm happy for her. Like I said, I really am happy for her. But that just goes to show that, when she puts her mind to something, like, she's smart as hell. Like, it just goes to show who this chick really is. You know what I mean? Like Taylor, as long as she don't burn no bridges and get her own way, like, I see her being a boss. Like, I see her being a mover and shaker in, high-end real estate. Like, I definitely do. And she gives enough drama that she could probably do one of those shows, like like the brothers that do the high-end real estate and all of that. I could see her doing another reality show like that because she gives enough drama. But as long as she just needs to understand how far to push that envelope and when to reel that drama in. You know what I'm saying? But she passed her broker's license, so congratulations to her. Then we see Jacob meet up with the executive from Empire Records. Now, I'm old, so I don't know nothing about a whole lot of these young artists. I don't know about a lot of these, like, I don't know Lil Baby from Big Baby, Lil Baby, the Lil Baby, the Young Baby. I don't know these people. Lil Yachty, Old Yachty. I don't know these people. So I don't know Empire Records. The only Empire Records I know is from Empire. So I was waiting to see Cookie Lines come down the hallway, but it wasn't. And they met, and she was just telling him, listen, you have your pulse on the industry. Like, your name is going to get, basically what she was telling him is your name is going to get you in the door. And that's what I was saying last week. As long as he stays in the music industry, sure, use your name, Suge. Use the Suge. Put that out there because that will get you in the door in the music industry. Absolutely it will. But if you're trying to move into other things, all I'm saying is you might want to use Jacob. That's all I'm saying. But she's been really happy working with him, and the Grammys are coming up, and she wants him to help them find, because at first I thought she was going to ask him to help them find the venue for the Grammy party, but they have that already. But they're bringing people in. Oh shoot! Hope y'all can hear me. My microphone. I gotta remember to put this microphone up here, child. Hope y'all can hear me in the first half of the video. Okay. Sorry, my bad. My sound situation is really giving me a hard time. Anyway, but what she wanted to do was find, she said, rather than put everybody up in a hotel because they're coming down from San Francisco, rather than put all of our people in a hotel, we want to find like a really nice, rental, like a high-end Airbnb, child. And so he was like, oh, I definitely can make that happen, and so they're building this relationship. So that's good to see as well, that they're building this relationship, Then we see Taylor at the little rooftop venue that she planned for her drinks, whatever. And the gang is all there. Sarah's there with her boyfriend. Of course, we hadn't seen her boyfriend since the little party when Taylor got pushed down by Brandy and shit. Alexander's there, Zach's there, Lene shows up, Sam's there, honey, and Sam sits next to Eric, and Eric was like, listen, you my girl, and I be having your back, but you made it real hard the other night. Like, you made it real hard for a brother to have your back because you was really tripping. And that's the one thing I like about Eric. I feel like Eric is very diplomatic, but Eric is very blunt. Like, he's not rude or nasty about it, but you know exactly where you stand with Eric, and he don't sugarcoat that shit. And I can appreciate that from him. Jacob is there. Like I said, everybody comes through. Ajane comes through, but she comes through a little late. But it doesn't matter because Ajane already knows what the party's about, And so Taylor makes the announcement. And I'm going to be honest with you. Pay attention to Alexander's face when she makes that announcement. Everybody seems genuinely happy for her. Except for Alexander. he just has this look on his face, like, bitch. And again, it may just be him. Maybe he just one of them people that has resting bitch face, you know. But it just everybody else seems happy for her, but he just didn't. Now remember, Eric is the only one out of their crew who has his broker's license. So nobody. So basically, that automatically sort of catapulted Taylor above everybody else as far as like business wise. And again, it depends on what you want to do with your business, because we know Sarah is balling, and I think Sarah is fine doing what she's doing, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I purposely watched everybody's face when she made that announcement, because I remember her saying, listen, I'm the only one that has my broker's license, and he's the only one that sort of had this look on his face like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, so Taylor's boyfriend calls, and he said he had sent her a gift, and she was like, you sent me a gift already, what if I didn't pass? He was like, well, the message was very, nondescript, so if you didn't pass, it was just gonna be a just because, but if you did pass, it's a congratulations, and again, that was cute. It was cute. Then we had Sam talking to, let me rewind. So Sam is upset because in her mind, Andrew had something to do with the fact that her and Zach's situation fell apart, because Andrew ran back to Zach and told Zach what she said. So in retaliation, because that's all it was, because you hadn't said nothing all this time since Palm Springs, you hadn't said nothing, but now that you found out that Andrew was the one that said something to Zach, now all of a sudden you want to let everybody know what went down with Andrew, and that Andrew basically admitted to sleeping with Ajane. And of course, Ajane was like, listen, I'm happy with my man, and that's all gravy. I'm glad he finally admitted it, but I'm so over it, and it is what it is. But I think for the rest of the crew, they appreciated the fact that, again, I like the fact that nobody really believed Andrew. Like, they all sort of had Ajane's back, but I think it made them all feel a little bit better to have the confirmation, so that they weren't necessarily, like, on the wrong side, just in case. You always want that confirmation. Like, you're going to ride with your folks, but you always want the confirmation that you're on the right team. Andrew's not there because he's in Hawaii, because him and wifey are working on their relationship, because rumor is that he cheated again, child. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's rumor. Who cares? Andrew is just not. Andrew's just a cheater, and he's a liar, and that's just worse. Like, that's just because you stuck. See, there's a level of cheating. I mean, there's a level of lying that you be like, oh, okay, well, I understand why you lied, because you ain't, But then there's a level of lying that is like, you can't, it's right there in your face, and you can't even admit. Like, you were filming a show, and they have you on video doing things that were inappropriate. At the very least, there's a video of you doing things that was inappropriate with Ajane. And, like, you still could not back down off of it. And not only could you still not back down off of it, you threw her under the bus. And you were banking on the fact that everybody would believe you over her because they've known you longer. Maybe you had a better working relationship. People were actually making money with you. And I'm like, wow. Zach basically breaks up with Lene. Like, he can't keep his eyes off of Sam. And Lene is looking at him like, okay, all right. Like, I see what this is. I see what's going on here. And I feel bad for her. It's always hard to be the person that comes in and you're sort of like the rebound, and you don't even know you the rebound. And I think Sarah's intention was good. Everybody's intention was good, I think, in that situation. Zach really did want to move on from Sam. I think Sam thought she could move on from Zach. Like, I think Sam honestly thought she didn't care until she saw him with somebody else and realized that she did care. Ultimately, though, that was pretty much it. The season was pretty much over. So Sarah's ready to get married. Taylor did Ashanti did put a contract on that house, so good for her. Jacob was able to take his daughter to go visit his father in jail. So Taylor's working on opening up her own brokerage firm, which I believe she'll do. I believe if there is a third season, which I don't think there is going to be a third season, but if there is a third season, I 100% believe that Taylor is going to already have her own brokerage. Like, I believe that. She's, as of the filming of this, she's still with Elijah. Ajane was able to close one of those deals and get one of them big checks, so she was able to move. With actually it said multiple deals, so she was able to move into her spot. So I was happy for her with a backyard for the dog. Andrew and his wife are working on having a baby, so I guess they worked through what they needed to work through. Sam has been meditating and I guess going through therapy, I guess. And basically, we end off with Zach and Sam meeting up at a restaurant. I guess they gonna try it again. I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much Love and Listening, you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.